Oh, okay. All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is gonna be podcast. I think like number. We're in the 20s somewhere. I don't even
Stop
know.
counting. Stop counting.
We've lost count.
And we
Um,
say that every video too,
we do, but we're just gonna keep telling you which one it is before every video.
or at least make a guess at which one it is.
Yeah, we're in the 20s, but we're pushing up there, so that's good. Um, we're gonna be doing an NBA playoffs first round. Kind of just gonna us three. We're gonna just do our predictions and go through each round as they happen in real life, but obviously today we're just doing the first round. As of right now, the Grizzlies and Warriors are on, and it's in the third quarter. Grizzlies are kind of
Yeah,
torching.
Grizzlies up by 12.
Grizzlies are kind of controlling this game, so it looks as of right now, it looks like they will grab the 8th seed in the West, but that could change. Still plenty of time. But obviously, before we go into our video, we have our sponsor, Anthony's Jewelers. You guys already know the deal. Link is up top. You guys see that. Obviously, this is the deals today and tomorrow for the 21st and 22nd. If you want to book an appointment, you have the 6 options per usual. Go in, put your name, number, phone number, email, and you have your appointment. And they have many other options, obviously. And here's the phone number if you want to give them a call. But we're gonna move right into our picks.
So let's pivot into the first game, well, the first side on the West. Utah versus Memphis or the Warriors. Who do you guys think? Do you think the outcome will be different depending on who wins this game, or do you guys have Jazz as the favorite either way?
Jazz are the favorite either way.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I will say this though, I think the Warriors could potentially give them 6 games. I mean, I don't know. Grizzlies could too, but I'm gonna just go with the Jazz. Not much needs to be said there.
Yeah, the Jazz have had a interesting time away from home. They are 21-15, so those away games are going to be the games you need to watch for the Jazz. But they are absolutely dominant at home. I expect them to win every home game this year.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, remember for these 2 games, I don't expect Utah to lose, but Donovan Mitchell is just coming back from the sprained ankle he had, so he's missed a bunch of time. I think at
Yeah.
beginning April he hurt his ankle. So
Yeah, the only good thing about that you could say, I guess, the only silver lining, Bojan Bogdanovic, he did kind of step up during that time, and he's played like he did before he got hurt before the bubble. And they still have 2 other All Stars, Conley and Gobert. But yeah, so let's go to the next series: Clippers versus Dallas. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go Clippers. Clippers pretty easily. Dallas is very talented, but Clippers full health. I think Ibaka just came back too.
Yeah, right.
And then, but a full healthy Clippers, and obviously people forget playoff Rondo is going to be engaged,
Oh
just
yeah,
like he is at every team that he goes to. So I had the Clippers, and I'll give him 6, just because Luka Doncic is pretty unreal. So I'll
yeah.
say
You know
Clippers
what?
6.
Going off what you said, I'm gonna say Clippers in 7 because I just think like last year they matched up well, the Mavs and the Clippers. But yeah, still Clippers ultimately.
For me, I want to say Dallas wins this in 7. I just really like seeing Luka Doncic and as well as Kristaps Porzingis, as well as Seth Curry's still on the team, correct?
No, Sixers.
Sixers, damn.
Yeah,
He gets moved around so often, but yeah,
He's
with
good too, which
yeah,
is
he's been
weird.
really good on the Sixers.
He's always been
Yeah.
good wherever he's gone, and they just keep trading him.
Yeah, it's so sad. But I like Kristaps. I like Luka. I think they make a very great pair, and I know they're definitely going to want to come back from last year, most definitely, because they didn't really like how it ended against the Clippers. I know Mavericks are
Yeah,
going to have
they'll definitely want revenge.
murder on their mind.
Yeah, so let's just go into the next series though, Denver versus Portland. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go with, since the injury of Jamal Murray, I'm picking Portland in 7. And the only reason why I'm picking Portland in 7 is that they're kind of going into this series healthier than the Nuggets. And talent-wise, Portland, the reason why they're 42-30 is the first half they struggled with a lot of injuries.
Yeah, CJ McCollum was out a good amount of the first part of the year.
CJ McCollum, and then what is the center's
Nurkic.
name? Nurkic. Yeah, he missed a bunch of time coming back from whatever surgery. I think he had
Yeah,
surgery in
and
his
then they
foot.
acquired Norman Powell, who's he's pretty much an upgrade from
Yep.
Gary Trent Jr.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. Honestly, I'm gonna pick Portland too, especially because they played so hot in the second half of the year. Didn't they have to like go like so many games for that guy to keep his house, like the one who had the betting ticket. I don't remember what it was, but I know they did it. They hit.
Hmm.
So yeah, since they're riding the hot hand, I'm gonna go with Portland as well, and I'm gonna give that a 7-game series as well.
For me, I'm going to choose the Nuggets because I like seeing Nikola Jokic. I like seeing Michael Porter Jr., Will Barton. I always forget Aaron Gordon's on the team.
Right?
He's
Yeah,
also he's also
he has
someone you
helped them a
can't
lot
count
too,
out.
actually.
As
Yeah.
well as Gary Harris, Paul Millsap, Austin Rivers. I can keep going on. And JaVale McGee, he's been there many times. And of course, the great Bol.
Yeah.
I believe that they can do this in 7 games.
Yeah. Don't forget that little point guard who stepped up too from Argentina, Comprazo. That guy's been really nice too, actually. So I think it'll be interesting. That's for sure. Could go either way, but ultimately I'm picking Portland.
All right. What's the next one? Next one is Phoenix and the Lakers. I think
Yes.
this is probably the most interesting first round series between all 8 matchups.
I couldn't agree more. Everybody would have probably guessed those seeds would have been flip flopped, to
Yeah.
be quite honest.
Lakers obviously dealt with a lot of injury issues. LeBron missing a lot of time. Davis missed a lot of time. Schroeder missed a lot of time. So when your top 3 players are out of your lineup, you end up with the record you have, obviously. So I still don't think the Lakers fully healthy now. I'm gonna pick the Lakers. I'm picking Lakers in 6 or 7. I'll give it 7 just because Phoenix is very talented, but healthy Lakers is healthy Lakers, a team that just won the NBA championship. So I'm gonna take
Yeah.
with Lakers.
No, I agree too. For some reason, I feel like the team that always gets the coach of the year never does what they're supposed to too, and either
Hmm.
gets bounced out in the first round or is just like a flop somehow,
Yeah,
some way. So I really don't know where to go with this one. I'm really undecided. A fully healthy Laker team is dangerous, and it's literally like the worst case scenario for the Suns in the first round.
they
So
worked so hard to get the friggin' Lakers in the first round.
yeah, I don't know, but if I had to pick right now, I'm probably gonna go with Suns because it's the safe pick. They have the momentum. Chris Paul, Booker have been pretty unstoppable all year, so I'm gonna stick with them.
I'm also going to choose the Phoenix Suns because with the duo of Booker and Paul, you also have DeAndre Ayton, very, very key to the Suns' success, as well as Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and Dario Saric.
And Cam Johnson too.
Yes, we can not forget about Cam, but yeah, I just see them winning because Lakers, I just believe, are just going to get injured again. It's just a common theme. For some reason, they just cannot stay healthy. Either Davis or LeBron's going to go down. They're going to be out for 1 or 2 games, and it's just going to completely put them too far behind the hole. When they try to come back, they're just gonna fall short.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I just don't trust the Lakers' depth whatsoever. Like Marcus Morris hasn't really been playing much all year. Schroeder's been pretty inconsistent. The list goes on and on with their inconsistencies.
Well, the thing you have to keep in mind is that LeBron's ankle sprain, he's never going to be 100% from that. He's
No,
never going
right?
to
Yeah.
fully 100% recover from that. So we're not going to see – we might see James play slightly less to the ability that he was able to, as well as minutes-wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, load management.
Yeah, so there's our picks though for the Western Conference. Now we're just going to transition to the Eastern Conference. Let's start off with the Sixers and Wizards. What do you guys think?
I think Philadelphia's gonna win, not easily, because Washington. I mean, they have 2 studs, so I mean, can't not go
Yeah, you
against
can't
them.
count them out fully.
Washington's been very hot of recent as well.
Yeah, they also finished the second half of the year very strong.
So, but due to Philadelphia having way more depth and good defensive players that can lock, like Ben Simmons, I'm sure he'll be on Bradley Beal or something around that sort. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Philadelphia. I'll go Philadelphia in 5. I'll give Washington 1 just because Westbrook and Beal. I'm sure one of those games will have like, 2 monster games, and that's just
Yeah.
what it is. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
say
agree.
Philly in 5.
That's what I was thinking too. Philly in 5. I think the games might be close, like within 10 points every game, but I still think that Philly ultimately comes out.
Yeah.
And I think Washington will steal one, though. I will say that.
I'll say Washington gets 2 out of this. I'll say 76ers in 6 simply because the other players that aren't really talked about, like Robin Lopez, Hachimura, Thomas Bryant, they're going to step up too, I believe, but it's just simply not going to be enough for the overpowered 76ers.
Yeah, too bad for them though. Thomas Bryant's out. He
Yeah.
got hurt in the beginning of the year, dude.
Hachimura is the key. If they have any chance in this series to have a massive upset, Hachimura needs to be the third guy. But
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
needs to have a series where he's giving you like 17 plus points.
Davis Bertans too.
Yeah.
Honestly, the combo of those two, they really need them.
Yeah, like
Absolutely,
if
Aaron.
Bertans can spread the floor and play like a big center, or getting someone like Simmons or Embiid out onto the 3-point line, then it could work. But
Yeah.
now the next one is very interesting. And
Yeah, how the hell did this happen, honestly?
It
Knicks
hurts
and
my
Hawks.
soul. It hurts my soul because if nobody knows this, I'm a Duke fan, and two of the main players on each of these teams, obviously Cam Reddish in Atlanta and then RJ Barrett in the Knicks. I don't want to pick against either of them because I want them to succeed. But I'm going to go Knicks just because the Knicks defensively are obviously much better, the best defensive team in basketball. They deepened their depth at the trade deadline when they went out and got Derrick Rose, who's been awesome for them. And Julius Randle has played like an MVP caliber guy. If he can continue that into the playoffs, I think the Knicks win this series in 7. But I will counteract my point. If Atlanta can score at will, Atlanta might sweep this series.
Yeah, I think so too.
Crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but Atlanta could score, and they have
No, it really could happen too.
They have 6, 7 good options of scoring. But
yeah,
if the Knicks
especially with
play,
Bogdanovich playing so much better in the second half of the year, really coming alive in Atlanta in his role. I think he could lift them. DeAndre Hunter's back. I think Cam Reddish is still out though, right?
Yeah,
like, I don't think he'll be playing.
It was just more.
He barely played it all this year.
Yeah, it was just more like I hate to pick against.
No, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, so I think it could go to the Hawks, but I think I'm gonna. For me, the safe pick is the Knicks. I think
basketball is better with the Knicks.
Yeah.
When the Knicks are good, basketball is good.
Yeah, Julius Randle's having a monster year. Emmanuel Quickly, D Rose, RJ Barrett. You know, they got some good guys. Alec Burks. They have a really good team effort, I think. So,
yeah.
Ultimately, I'll pick them.
What do you think, Kyle?
I want to say that it all depends on how the rest of the Knicks can play. Like, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett are going to show up, but if we can see Obi Toppin show up in Nerlens Noel, that would be pretty impressive. I think they actually can win this series, but again, if they don't show up, they're not winning this.
You know, I agree. I like the point you make of Nerlens Noel because he's going to have to kind of stop all the lobs to Clint Capella down low. So yeah, he'll be a big factor in that. You're right. If he could show up defensively and then just get offensive boards and putbacks, Knicks could really well win it.
Fun fact: Nerlens Noel actually leads the team in steals for the Knicks, so he's their main ball hawk.
Is he really? Huh,
yeah.
That's funny. All right then. Well, let's jump into the next series. Milwaukee versus Miami matchup from last year. Very interesting again. Gotta say, I love these matchups so far.
Yeah, a lot of the matchups are very interesting. I think obviously the only non-competitive ones might be Philly and Washington and Brooklyn and Boston due to injuries or depth issues or kind of just scraping into the playoffs. But every other series can kind of go either way. Utah, and whoever wins Golden State, Memphis too. But every other series, the other 5 series could be very interesting.
Yeah, I really agree. And you can't really say that every year in the first round. But who do you think you're going to pick for this one, Milwaukee or Miami? Who you leaning towards? What you feeling?
Miami's had a lot of issues this year with health as well, and they're kind of going to the postseason healthy. But I'm sticking with Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's still very talented, obviously. Giannis, Drew Holiday, Bobby Portis. They still got Brook Lopez down there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Milwaukee's more built for the postseason this year too. I think they have a real shot at making the finals. despite being the 3rd seed. So I'm gonna go with them as well.
I think Milwaukee. I'll give Milwaukee in 6. Miami's
Yeah,
definitely
I
take a
agree with
couple.
that. Yeah. I mean, Miami definitely took a blow though, losing Oladipo back in early April.
Yeah,
So yeah, just can't see them
and
taking it.
and they say that Oladipo's out next year too, fully.
Really? Wow. I didn't
The
even know
surgery
that.
the surgery he got, they're saying that he's gonna miss almost all of next year or all of it in general. So
Jeez, his contracts. Did
yeah,
he get an extension or like?
no.
Oh, he's screwed. Poor guy.
So he's gonna have to have a prove it deal.
Yeah, you're not lying. What do you think though, Kyle, about this series? Who are you leaning towards?
This one's a back and forth one because here's the thing: the Milwaukee's known for being choke artists, and they do it somehow. They find a new way every year, which blows my mind. Last year, they blew it. 2019, they blew it, and they've had it all set up for them. And they just for some reason cannot get the job done. For this reason, I want to say Miami Heat in 7. And the person who really needs to show up is Precious. If he doesn't show up and does his job for the time when he's on the court from the bench, it's not going to be pretty for Miami.
Hey, I mean, as long as Bam and Precious stay healthy in the series, Miami has every reason to win. Because
Yeah.
those two are the Giannis stoppers, the
Yeah,
Giannis
right.
defenders. So, but yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting series. And then we're gonna move on to this absolutely atrocious first round matchup for
Oh,
the
I don't even
Celtics.
want to talk about this honestly.
As a Celtics fan,
This is
and
pain.
let me just say this to the people who think that I'm an awful Celtics fan, because obviously I have, like, when we started this podcast thing, I had like kind of a decent following of like people who like to comment on my sports takes and all that stuff. To the people who like to comment saying I'm an awful Celtics fan, no, it's called being a realist. Okay, the Celtics stink this year. They need to make moves this offseason. We can't run it back with the same team over and over again and just expect random players to take a leap. You need to move on from someone, whether that's Kemba, Smart, Brad Stevens, something. You need to jumpstart the team again. They had their chance in 2018 and they blew it. That was their chance. They had their chance in 2019 and blew it again. Underachieved. So now you have to rebuild a little bit. You have to offload some guys. And by the way, Brooklyn's sweeping the series 4-0 and it won't be close.
I don't know. I want to give the
Brooklyn's too
Celtics
good.
1.
Brooklyn's too good.
They are. You're right. I
I
don't
would
know.
love to get Celtics 1, but I don't see where, if a healthy Brooklyn team with all three of their studs on top of Joe Harris, who you can't really put in the stud category, but a good player, is like,
Yeah. No, yeah.
I don't
Brooklyn's
see
pretty
them.
deep, honestly.
Brooklyn is probably the shoe in, and Brooklyn's still my pick. I picked Brooklyn or Philadelphia, I think, in our first basketball podcast, one of the first ones we did.
Yeah, you did.
I think it was Philly. I think I did pick Philadelphia, and I'll stick with my
No,
team
yeah, you
there.
did pick Philly, actually. That's right. I remember saying like Philly, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee were like 1A, 1B, 1C. It's like a
Yeah.
toss up from them 3.
What do you think, Kyle?
It's gonna be this is gonna be so enjoyable to watch because I hate the Celtics. I'm a Celtics hater, and my boy James Harden got traded from Houston over to here, so I'm gonna enjoy watching James Harden destroy, as well as Kevin Durant and all the others, destroy the Celtics by at least a good 40 points.
I don't think it'll be that bad, but it
No,
will.
it's
It'll be
it
bad.
will be that bad. The elimination game will be by 40 points because the Celtics will basically have given up. They're going to be so tired. They're gonna cry on the way home, and they're going to be like, "Oh, everything's against me."
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Jason Tatum will be doing on his way home to his mansion. Um. So yeah. So at the end, that's all of our picks. I think I went with Utah, Clippers, Portland, Lakers, and then I picked Philadelphia, Knicks. I'll go with Knicks, Milwaukee, and Brooklyn. So that's pretty good matchups right there. I think everybody's kind of like in unison on our picks.
Yeah, I took all the same besides Portland.
And I
I took.
think what Kyle, you took
Oh wait, no, no,
Miami over Milwaukee.
you took Portland as well, right? No,
Yeah,
I
I
took
took
the
Portland.
late. I took the Suns, and you took the
That's what it was.
Lakers.
And then
Yeah,
Kyle, you took Miami
My
over Milwaukee.
and Dallas over
And
Clippers.
Dallas over Clippers. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna actually write those down and see how everybody does in the playoffs as well. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. And we're gonna come back for every round. So this is obviously just round one. Quick simple video, our predictions. for the betting favorite people, watch our videos and let us know what you think. But yeah, obviously, sponsor. Sponsor of the video. Obviously, Anthony's Jewelers. You see the link, phone number. Told you the ways how to book an appointment. You guys already know what to do. But yeah, I think that's gonna be all for our video on this one. We're gonna come up with a couple different topics next week before we obviously go into our round 2 because it's gonna take probably a week and a half to get through all the series. And then obviously we'll be back soon as well for the hockey as well. The crew will be back for that one. And that'll be all. Kyle and Josh, do you have anything to say before we sign off on the video?
Peace out, everyone. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Later.
You said it beautifully, Josh. And go Nets.
Nah, I think you meant go Wizards. All right, have a good night, everyone.